Hello Internet, welcome back to Watch with Joe. It's time for the finale of Secret Invasion. This middling, okay, had so much more potential and all the ingredients are in the actual show but wasn't executed the best way possible. Should have been a movie, TV show, streaming show. Is finally coming to an end. Lots of adjectives to describe that show. Finally coming to the end with this one. Last episode was a really nice setup to a finale, though. We got like Nick back in like Nick mode instead of being like what is going on mode, which he had been in for the previous 4 episodes. Last episode everything started to coalesce and it worked nicely. I just wish the rest of the show had been like that because, like I've been saying so many times during these reactions, this show should have been a movie. But there we are. But while I have your attention, before we start reacting, I want to remind you guys that I do have a Patreon, and if you go over there and support me, which would be awesome, you can get full-length reactions to some movies that I have watched recently, including, but not exclusive to, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and others, with more coming every week. And if you do go over there and support me, it means I can get enough money to get together to get an editor so we can have movie reactions right here on YouTube and more TV shows as well. Basically, the more you support me, the more content I can give you guys. So please help me and support over on Patreon. And if you can't afford to, which I completely understand, subscribe and comment and like and share and tell your friends and tell your family and tell your next door neighbour and tell everyone to watch these videos because, I really need that support. Thank you. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get down to it. It is the season finale for Secret Invasion. Right, here we go.
Know if you'll be coming back?
All right, I'll let you go now.
You don't have to if you don't want to, darling.
Take care of yourself.
That's the I'm going off to die goodbye phone call, I guess. But infuriatingly, I know that Nick Fury, I guess it could be a Skrull, is in the Marvels movie, which just came out. I'll be reacting to that on Patreon, by the way. Nice. Nick means business.
We cannot rule out the possibility of a false flag attack.
Did you take a stupid pill with your breakfast this morning, Admiral? What happened on that motorway was an all-out assault on our republic.
I'm sorry, but Colonel Rhodes does not say that to an admiral.
The American people need to hear from you, sir. They need your leadership. They need to understand who's responsible for this.
Did everyone just leave after that fight?
Fury's lost it. He wants Ritson stopped before the bomb is launched. Move the president now.
Oh! I do believe there's a plan in place. And if we've learned anything from Olivia Colman's character, she does not like Skrulls, and now she knows Rhodey is a Skrull, she's going to take him out.
First, I'm going to kill you. And then I'm going to take a flamethrower to humanity. And just so I am absolutely clear about this,
he's a child.
Look at me. The species you spent your entire adult life defending, they were condemned to die the day I realized you weren't a man of your word. You know, Fury.
You
really should.
Intelligent people use their words instead of violence.
You're right.
So if you'd had that thought, maybe you should have just spoken to Nick.
I failed.
Why didn't you do it?
because it's easier to save the lives of 8 billion people than it is to change their hearts and minds.
That is true.
You know, the last thing I felt before I flaked off.
What's that?
Relief. Relief that I didn't have to fight anymore. Do you know why I came back to Earth? You.
Yeah.
You were the youngest Skrull on my team. I felt responsible for you. Call off the strike and save your people.
Oh, Fury.
He's not going to do it because he wants revenge, because he's a child. There are 3 points of issue right now. The order for the strike, this right here with the harvest, and what's happening with the president and Rhodey. I have no idea what the conclusion is going to be for any of this.
No checking behind the doors. You really are a Skrull.
Sonya, I don't know what it is you think you're doing, but if you
No
don't-
buts. Just yours back into the hallway. Go on.
Olivia Colman coming to the rescue. Oh, this can't be good. This is super not good. Hello? What? 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 Hi, Gaia! Hi, Nick!
You're weak.
Hi, Drax. This looks awful, by the way. The CGI just looks weird. Whose DNA was that?
Please tell me this isn't true.
Are you listening to this insanity? Of course it isn't true.
Just shoot him in the shoulder, then you'll know.
Mr. President, listen. Just stay the course, all right? And all our enemies will be gone.
Come on! Hey, Mantis.
Sleep.
Beautiful. I think you're gonna have to rip him apart literally to end him.
Just like your father. Just like them.
That might do it. Maybe dismember a little bit just to make sure. There it is. Nice work, Nick. Hey, Rhodey! Hey, real Rhodey!
How long have you been in here?
Whoa, Colonel Rhodes, I've got you.
Do his legs work? Because then we'll know. What about the radiation?
Tonight, I'm presenting to Congress for immediate emergency authorization a bill that designates all off-world-born species enemy combatants. We know who you are. We know how to find you. And we will kill every last one of you.
It's one way to deal with it, I suppose.
You can find a way to forgive me. You know where to find me.
Is that a jaguar? It must be British intelligence.
We meet at last.
I called it!
Father entered into a deal like that. Didn't end so well.
Yes, well, let's be sure not to repeat the mistakes of Talos and Fury and leave love and friendship out of this. I will use you, and you will use me, and together we'll make this planet safe for both our people.
Interesting. Yeah, That's the one thing you got to remember about Nick. He does have a heart deep down in there. He does love the people who he works with. But Olivia Colman, she's just straight to the point. I will never remember her name. I always refer to her as Olivia Colman. I'm sorry, it's just how it is.
But we have to act now. Before the hit squad you inspired kill off the Skrulls who still want to help us. Now you got dumbass vigilantes killing innocent humans too.
Oh, Jesus. Who's this now?
Hold a minute.
Are we having a happy ending?
And we're better together.
This is nice.
Well, at least I am.
Happy endings. That's nice. And that's that. So that was Secret Invasion, the finale. The season, the show has ended. And it was, in the end, it was okay. It was mid. That's all. I mean, it was two separate. I thought it was going to be three separate, and it was going to be Olivia Colman's character, who as I said, I'll never remember her actual character name, sorting out the Rhodey situation. Then it would be Nick sorting out the missile situation, and when it was revealed, of course, this is the point. And then Gaia sorting out the Gravik situation. I thought that was how it was going to run. But it wasn't. In the end, it was just a phone call to set off the missile after killing the Skrull who was Rhodey. The almost, I didn't particularly like the almost, what's the word? Stereotypical US president response is killing spree. I'm threatened, therefore killing spree. It's so typical of it's such a typical like response from a show, or like a scripted response. It's so I feel it's lazy to this point, being such a stereotype. But there we go. It was sort of a happy ending for Nick. And therefore, I assume it is the actual Nick that I'm going to see when I watch the Marvels, which won't be until it comes out on Disney Plus. So I can react to it here on the channel or on Patreon. Gaia is just basically just re-entered the same agreement that her father did, which is crazy. I didn't understand how all the prisoners were being kept and walking out of the reactor area and not suffering from the same radiation poisoning. That didn't make any sense. The CG for that fight was mostly bad, but I'm not sure if there's a way to have like an arm from one race and an arm from another race and the powers of another race merged into a human looking body without it looking weird. I think it just doesn't look good because it doesn't work as my mind doesn't allow it to look good because it's too much in one thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, I didn't particularly like that fight. But there we are. I still think this whole thing could have been a movie. I really do. And I think it would have been a good movie. But that's the that's I suppose the downside of having to make shows and movies for these streaming services. They're undoubtedly going to make things that could have been great not so good, and it is a shame. I mean, it's the same. It's streaming has got to the point where it's basically like direct to TV, direct to cable, direct to VHS level movies, and they're never as good as the cinematic ones. Like, just look at that the sequels to Disney animated movies. There we go. I can't see it changing anytime soon. But I did see recently there was an article that Disney has admitted that they've watered down their content and they've made it quantity over quality in recent years because of COVID and Disney Plus. So maybe they will change that going forward, but will continue to charge us more and more every year to watch Disney Plus and take content off it. But there we go, capitalism. Anyway, enough of that. I'm now I'm looking forward more to seeing the Marvels, I should say. Loki will be the next MCU show I watch. It's just finished streaming. Like last week, I think it was the finale, and apparently it's amazing. So I'm looking forward to watching that. But that'll probably be in the new year. I'll be watching that. But yeah, looking forward to more MCU content in the future. And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment below, share. All those things help me grow the channels. I can keep making great content for you guys. And I will see you in the next video.